Hello and welcome. I'm Jenny Florence from the A to Z of Emotional Health online library, and this video is one of the series of bite-sized videos where I am talking about different aspects of bereavement and the grieving process. In today's video, I'm going to talk about why it is that sometimes when we lose someone that maybe we weren't terribly close to, we feel utterly overwhelmed, and we can sometimes feel as though our feelings are out of proportion to that particular loss. Losses are accumulative, and we file them sort of internally, I think in the same file. It's as though we've got like an internal filing system or a filing cabinet, and all our losses are kept in the same file. So we could lose someone that we love, move on and grieve, and eventually, carry on in our lives. Something can happen. We could even hear of a loss on the news, and we suddenly feel completely overwhelmed, and we think, really in a big way, it's as though that huge sort of tsunami of emotion has sort of washed over us yet again, and we think, what on earth is going on? Why am I feeling like this? Losses are accumulative, and sometimes something can come along and it can be a loss that seems as though it should be emotionally less significant to us. But actually what has happened is that it's opened up that particular file inside us. And when we open that file, we experience the intensity not only of the loss that we're feeling in the present moment, but we feel the intensity because we feel the other losses that are stored in that filing cabinet within us. As I said, losses are accumulative in that way. And if we have experienced a loss in our past and we were not able to grieve successfully for that loss, maybe perhaps if we lost someone when we were a child and for whatever reason the grown-ups around us were not able or well equipped enough or too consumed in their own grief to support us, and we weren't able to process that bereavement successfully, it will still sit in our internal filing cabinet, and it will sit there awaiting something that opens up the drawer, the file, and out it pops, and all of the unresolved grief will sort of seemingly attach itself to something that's happening to us, a loss in our present time, even if it feels as though it was less significant. So that's sort of why sometimes we can feel overwhelmed and wonder why on earth that's happening to us. Again, there's something there to be listened to if we're needing to perhaps go back and reprocess a loss in our past. That's okay. We can do that at any time in our lives. Or maybe we just need to recognise perhaps we've had a significant number of losses in our lives, and therefore we are going to need to get heavily involved in our self-care and allow ourselves to let the grieving process, let that program within us run, because it needs to again reconfigure, realign, and before that filing cabinet can be successfully closed again. I hope that this is a helpful analogy, a helpful way of understanding what happens to us during the process of grieving and of loss. Take care.